Hey friends, happy Monday, or well, as happy as it can be, right? I'm not going to go specifically into detail on the events of last week. What happened last week was it was sad. It was tragic. It was evil. And I'm not just talking about the Charlie Kirk assassination. And yes, I'm calling it for what it is, like most people are. If you don't agree with me, fine, everybody has their own opinions. I personally never watched any of his stuff, but what I do know, and I have said this over and over and over again to many people, he was a human being. He was a child of God. He was a father. He was a husband. And how long is it going to last for his wife to tell their 3-year-old daughter, when she asks where daddy is, that he's on a trip with Jesus to support her Blueberry Fund? All because of some evil act. Yeah, I wanted to say something else. I'm not going to, though. I'm going to hold my tongue. But I'm not just talking about this Charlie Kirk assassination. I am talking about the woman on the train who got stabbed. That is a video you cannot get out of your head. And then we had the 9/11 anniversary last week. So I'm sure many of us woke up this morning going, what the heck? Hearts are heavy. You know, it's like my son and I were talking last week before he left. Him and I were talking. And you know, at first it's like you think, wow, there's just so much evil in this world. But realistically, friends, it's been there all along. And it's only getting worse. You know, he brought up a very good point. Growing up, we didn't hear about much outside of my hometown, let alone my home state. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have all these media fronts like we do right now, you know, where we can get news at the snap of a finger. We didn't have that when I was younger. And now that we have all this social media and quick reporting, we're really truly seeing the evil in this world. And I will tell you, as a Christian, one thing I know is for sure. The enemy is very present, and we need to be on our knees in constant prayer. With that said, we need to be praying for these families that lost their loved ones. Anyways, that's all I'm going to say on the events of last week. If you chose to stay through to this video, to this point. Thank you. Because now we're going to move on to a little bit of a life update with me. I'm not going to tell you everything that's going on in my personal life. Sorry, I have you guys in a cube organizer. I hope you're okay with that. You're sitting on a shelf. Yes, I found my tripod. It was right below where you guys are sitting. So, I'll give you a quick update on my life as a full-time stay-at-home mom. I'm not going to use the title grandma because Levi knows me as mom. And that's how we're doing it. That's what the judge told us to do. That's what he's comfortable with. So, I am mom. But as a full-time mom, caregiver, homeschooler, and many more hats that are stacked on my head that you can't see. It's been a struggle. I'm not gonna lie. Today, and I knew this day was coming. I just didn't know when this day was gonna come. But I made the decision over the weekend that it had to be done. And I had to go get a full power of attorney over my mother. It's getting harder and harder. For those of you who are new to my channel, I'm just going to give you a quick rundown. My mom was born 3 months premature with the umbilical cord wrapped around her neck. She was given a 20% chance to live. This was in the 1950s. They said that if she did live, she would essentially suffer the rest of her life. She would have repercussions she would have to deal with. She wouldn't lead a normal life like you or I. And it has gotten progressively worse over the years. She has conversations that are not with herself, that are with herself, and there are other people involved. And as of lately, it has been a three-way conversation, which is something new. For the longest time, it was just a two-way between her and somebody else. But it's gotten to the point where, as of lately, she looks at me, but she's not talking to me, she's talking to whoever this other person is. And so I have to start talking to her to snap her out of it. And it's becoming more and more and more lately. It was so bad so over the weekend that I basically just had to take myself out of the whole situation because my blood pressure was spiking. It's getting harder and harder to take her to the store. I tested that again today. I just went to a bigger Dollar Tree than what's in our town, but I needed to get a couple of things, and I knew she'd want to go to Dollar Tree after we did the power of attorney. And it was so difficult. Because I had to tell her no, like telling a child no many times on things. And the other thing that's been happening is I'm having different shipments of books showing up at my house, at my apartment. I've been asking her for her bills so that we can get them straight and she can start paying them and stop spending her money recklessly and take care of her responsibilities. I haven't gotten the bills. That was another reason why I needed to get the power of attorney, so I can take care of this legally the right way. She's not able to manage her funds properly at all. Well, when we got home today, Levi went up the stairs before us. Now, I do get informed delivery, and it's been telling me that there's packages coming like all the way through like next Wednesday. Levi says, "Mom, there's a package at the door." I'm like, "What?" I said, "Are you kidding me?" And I mean, I was mad. I was livid. And my mom looks and she goes, "Oh, yeah," just playing it off like. She gets up there and grabs the box before I could see it. Well, I had already seen it. I knew it was another Harlequin shipment. So this is telling me that she's got these on auto send. No matter how much money she owes, the company's still sending the money, sending the books. And she's got them on auto ship from when she lived in Michigan. And they just keep showing up at my door. Showing up, showing up, showing up. She opens them before I can take them and send them back. So there's been that. On top of many, many other things. So when we went to Dollar Tree today, it was difficult. Like I said, I was trying to get stuff, and Levi looks and he goes, Grandma's all the way down the aisle. I had to yell like a mother yelling to their child, "Mom, wait, don't go anywhere," because she will wander. I'm at one end of the aisle, and she's at the other end of the aisle. And these are pretty long aisles at the Ventura location for the Barnes & Noble. Same location, same area, Dollar Tree. And I've got people just like, yeah, keep smiling, people. So it's a little frustrating. It's a little hard. Especially because it's my own mother. But going back to the whole shipment of books today, she said, "Yeah, we'll take care of that next month." I said, "No, we'll take care of this tomorrow." I said, "You will give me the bills and we will take care of them tomorrow. Not next month, tomorrow." And I stressed the word tomorrow, like, loudly. I'm sure my neighbors heard me. And I don't care. That's what she keeps doing. But then I also found out that when she was living in Michigan, she was spending too much on bills and not eating. I'm having to untangle a huge mess that she's in. Anyways, I did get some stuff at Dollar Tree, though, that I was looking for. I'm so tired. I am so tired. I'm more mentally exhausted than I am physically. I'm going to actually probably go make a cup of coffee after this, and I will probably still sleep like a baby tonight. I know you're probably like, well, babies don't sleep through the night, but exactly. I'll sleep for a couple of hours, and then I'll brighten up. It is what it is, right? Okay, so just real quick, I'm not going to give specs or anything like that, but Dollar Tree had new cotton yarns that are 100% recycled cotton, and I got 3 colors. They were $1.25 a piece. They also had white, gray, and black. This is more of a cream color. So, like a mustard, like an ocean, sky blue, and a cream. Yeah, because I don't put colors on here. So there's those. Oh my gosh. I apologize, friends. Oops. These are so good. Cream Savers. Childhood right there. And then Dollar Tree got in a new Oh, they're all here. It's just one's folded up. Dollar Tree has this new line of craft stuff called Craft Collective. And I saw this on a couple of other items as well. But they have charms now. Like Dollar Tree has charms. See that? So you got like a gummy bear and then a bubblegum machine, and then there's 2 lollipops in there. I don't know if you can see, maybe on this one. See the lollipops? Oop, they just fell on that one too. There's the lollipops right there. So I got 3. I got 3 of this one. I really liked these a lot. And then I also got these charms, which are like butterflies and dragonflies. My lighting is horrible. I'm too lazy to turn on lights. And then these ones are also charms that say like believe, dream, faith, hope. Just round little charms. So yeah, that was my craft haul from Dollar Tree. I did not get any video footage in there. It was hard to even keep my own thoughts straight in there. I don't know how much more I'm gonna be able to go out with her. This is exactly why I do a lot of home grocery delivery. Yep. But anyways, I'm sorry for such a downer video, but it's just my life. This is my life right now, and it's hard. I'm not going to promise videos at a certain part of the day anymore. Like I put in my post earlier, I didn't even know if I was going to get a video out today, but I'm kind of in between steps on my chicken noodle soup that I'm making. It's in the crock pot and it smells delicious. I wish you guys could smell it. Yeah, it's that time of the year. I'm going to have more chilies and soups going in the crock pot. Cooked the chicken last night, so I just need to throw the chicken in here probably in about 30 minutes. I have vegetable noodles that I bought at the farm when we went last week. They're Amish noodles, so I've got to throw those in there. I'm going to throw my secret ingredient of frozen mixed vegetables. Yeah, real secret, huh? And then, yeah, that's about all I'm going to do. Throw that all in there, let it cook down, and then serve it up. So anyways, this was a long video. I apologize. I'm sorry, but I just wanted to give you a life update. So anyways, love, hugs, prayers, and hopefully I'll see you sometime tomorrow.